Hey friends, it's Amy Dove, the Keto Queen. I hope you're having a great day. It's hump day, whoop, whoop, and I am excited to be home cooking something in the kitchen. I love homemade food. We eat out a lot when we travel and for date nights, but I love to be home in the kitchen. Guys, I've been cooking on this page for 5 years now. I love it. And you'll see some things that I do in different variations. You'll see some things rotate because they're considered our favorite things. And then you'll see new things every once in a while. But if you're new to my page and you've never, ever tried to eat low carb, or maybe you're just getting started and you really want some good tips, put getting started in the comments so I can send you some simple tips that's really going to help you get started for 2024. It's small little things that creates healthy habits, that creates consistency, that creates habits. Habits is what really gets us to where we want to do, is just changing unhealthy habits to healthy ones. Hey Denise, how are you? So guys, we're making a very delicious, creamy, fast, very inexpensive meal tonight. So I went to the grocery store after work and I grabbed us a low carb vegetable and I grabbed us some pork steak. And I already had some mayonnaise, I already had some Parmesan, salt and pepper, garlic powder. We're making the creamy We're making the creamy Parmesan crust, but we're going to do it on top of pork steaks tonight. I usually use chicken or pork chops, but somebody told me, Amy, you've got to try this on pork steak. So I want to show you the difference. You know, a pork chop, most people buy center cut. Pork chops I love, we love pork, but a pork steak, I cut this off the bone. It's fattier, it's juicier, it is so delicious. And someone told me, Amy, you've got to try your crust on pork steak instead of pork chop. So we're going to try it out tonight, and I'm excited to do it. Let me show you what's in the oven. We've got our side dish in there. Let me grab me a little hot plate. Here we go. Oh, that's hot. So my side dish tonight is going to be roasted asparagus. I love asparagus. Do you guys love asparagus? If you do, give me some hearts. Look, all we did was wash it, cut off the trim, or we trimmed the ends, seasoned it with salt and pepper, and heavily drizzled with avocado oil. That's it. You throw it in the oven on 350, and Ricky likes it to where it's almost like he likes it crunchy on the ends. He likes the flour to be crunchy. So, 15, 20 minutes, sometimes longer, depending on how thick they are. But we just have the oven on 350, and this is our side dish. So let me get started with this pork steak. This crust you can truly put on chicken, you can put it on pork chops, you can use pork steak, you can use fish. I've had a lot of friends say, Amy, oh my gosh, you've got to try that on fish. And I'm like, seriously, on fish? Yes. So I will try that myself one day. So let's get it mixed up. We've got right at 1 cup of mayonnaise. Now you can use less. And if you use less, it's perfectly fine. You're just going to make a thin layer of the crust on your meat. 1 cup really goes pretty darn far, and it actually can be too much depending on how much crust you want. The more the merrier, because that taste is just delicious. Now I've got my air fryer set on 350 and we're going to air fry. So I've got a cup of mayonnaise. Any mayonnaise will do, guys. It's your favorite mayonnaise. I like creamy avocado mayonnaise, but you can use any mayonnaise you want to. Just get away from Hellmann's or any kind of Miracle Whip. Those Miracle Whips just have horrible ingredients. But mayonnaise is pretty good. It's a healthy fat. We're going to use a half a cup of Parmesan. Now, I'm using shredded Parmesan that's already in the thing. If you want to shred it up yourself with some fresh Parmesan, I'm sure it would be delicious. But I told you guys last night I forgot to buy Parmesan cheese this week. So I've got a cup of mayonnaise, a half a cup of Parmesan. We're going to use our garlic powder. Now I'm going to use a teaspoon of garlic powder. You can do less if you want to, but guys, it's so yummy. So a teaspoon of garlic powder. And then we're going to add a half a teaspoon of salt and pepper, and that's it. This is the crust. There are only 3 primary ingredients to this dish. You've got your meat. I'm using pork steak. You can use chicken, pork, turkey, fish, but get your protein. And then you're going to use mayonnaise. And then you're going to use Parmesan cheese. That's your primary ingredients. 3 primary ingredients. We added a half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper. Did I add the pepper already? I can't remember. And a teaspoon of garlic powder. And that's the only seasonings you have. Super delicious. We're going to go ahead and mix it up. And what we're going to do is start creating this paste on our pork steak. Turn this air fryer on, and I cook mine for about 15 minutes, depending on the thickness of your protein. So if you've got a really thick piece of chicken, it may take 20 minutes. If you've got a really thick steak or a really thick pork chop, I usually always put my protein in the air fryer at a fairly thin piece. That way it doesn't take forever to cook. I only like to cook fast, easy meals. So look at this beautiful paste. It is a Parmesan, a creamy Parmesan crust. Again, delicious on so many different kinds of protein. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put it on a couple of pieces, and spread it out. And like I said, you can make it as thick or as thin as you want to. I've got a couple of small pieces, and I've got a few large pieces, and I've got a secondary batch. So I got quite a bit today. Pork steaks are a lot bigger than most pork chops. All right, and then you're just going to spread it over your pork or whatever protein you're using. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm trying to spread it out without making a mess in here. I'll show you what this looks like in just a second. You can do it as thick or as thin as you want to. It's going to be yours. It makes a beautiful crust. The more the merrier, but you can do really thin too if you want to. It just depends on how much protein you have too. You can always mix up a second batch of your actual crust. So let me show you what this looks like. Whoop. There you go. Just crust it over the pork. That's it. All right, let me stick it back in. And I'm going to look and see if I've got enough for these. I got a really thin one in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on, and then I can just pick it up with a fork when I get ready for the air fryer. Perfect amount. I still have some in my bowl here. So you always can mix up more, but I usually always do 1 cup of mayonnaise and a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. And if you're only cooking for 2 people, like this is just for me and Ricky, but we'll have leftovers. So if you're cooking just a few pieces of pork protein, again, you can decrease this recipe. So you could always do a half cup of mayonnaise and a 4th cup of, or a 4th cup of Parmesan. It's completely up to you. It's your dish. It smells delicious. I love this crust. All right, if you guys have had this before, go ahead and give me some hearts and share this video. If you haven't had it before, you're going to love it. Trust me, you can use this on chicken. You can use it on pork chops. You can use it on turkey cutlets. You can use it on fish. I haven't yet, but I'm excited to go ahead and get this started. I've got my oven on, or my air fryer on 350, and we're going to set it for 10 minutes. Now, if it's thin protein, you usually can cook it within 10 to 15 minutes. It just depends on how thick your protein is. So I always pull mine out, just check it. I've been doing this for a long time so I can look at it. But if you need a little I say that every time. If you need a kitchen thermometer, there's a bunch of them out there. I'll show you the one I have. I used to use it all the time, but like I said, I've been doing this so long, I can just check it out. So this little kitchen thermometer, it actually tells you on this little thing what it's supposed to be. So pork is supposed to be 145 degrees or more. Ground meats for well done is 160. Medium pork is 145. Well done ground beef or beef is 160. So I like my steak medium rare. And then poultry, chicken, and turkey, it needs to be cooked through 165 degrees. And this is with a 3-minute rest. So like I would normally pull this out, let it sit for 3 minutes, and then measure the temperature. And it's got a little gauge on the end. So there's lots of kitchen thermometers out there if you need one. But like I said, I've been doing this so long I can easily just look at it. But I used to love this thing. I used it all the time when I first got my air fryer. You can also use it in the oven or anything else too. So let me see if you guys have any questions for me, because if you don't, we're done. Fast, easy, delicious dinners is what I'm all about. Go ahead and share this video and let's show other people how easy it is to eat low carb. Making simple changes. If you guys need a starting place, put getting started in the comments so I can send you some tips. Hey Cece, I got these at Bed Bath & Beyond. They still have them because I went online to see them. It's just a regular salt shaker, but it also has a spout on the side so you can pour, or you can just take the lid off, but it's pretty cool. I love those salt and pepper shakers. I got them at Bed Bath & Beyond. Oh, Debbie got her iFast today. That's awesome. Debbie, put all your packets together by the schedules on the back and let me know if you have any questions. All right, guys, fast and easy. I don't even know how long this video is, but we're done. It is so easy to make this delicious crust. So again, we used a cup of mayonnaise. You can use any mayonnaise you like, but stay away from the salad dressings like the margarines, the Hellmann's. Like those are not real mayonnaise. So any real mayonnaise that you like is better. And we used a cup of mayonnaise, a half a cup of Parmesan. We used a teaspoon of garlic powder and a half teaspoon of salt and pepper, mixed it up to create the crust, and then we just placed it right over the meat into the air fryer. And you can use pork chop, you can use chicken, you can use turkey, you can use fish. It is delicious. I hardly eat mayonnaise. They use Hellmann's. What do you suggest? I hardly eat mayonnaise. They use Hellmann's. What would you suggest? Hellmann's, I don't think Hellmann's has a mayo, do they? I think Hellmann's just has salad dressing. Or Miracle Whip, like it's a salad dressing. So any mayonnaise, I love a few mayonnaises, but this is one that's almost gone. I quit buying it for a little while, but I just love it so much. It's called Better Body Foods Avocado Mayo. There's a Walmart brand mayonnaise. It's an avocado. I like the avocado mayo. I have no idea. You can't taste avocados, but I just like it. But any mayonnaise, a real mayo, is what I would shoot for. Regina, I started keto this Monday. Will be 2 weeks and I have gained 4 pounds. So Regina, get off the scales. Your body is going to make adjustments. Trust the process. I always urge everyone, put your scales away. When you first get started, weigh and measure. And then once a month, that's every 4 weeks, weigh and measure again. And only do that every month. One time every 4 weeks, weigh and measure. Watch your body shrink. If you need tips, Regina, I'm not sure if you've ever gotten my tips, but if you need tips, put getting started in the comments so that I can give you some information. I am recent diagnosed diabetic. How do I go about getting into low carb lifestyle? Do me a favor, just so Haley will see it. Put getting started in the comments and I'm going to send you some tips. I love, oh yeah, Duke's Mayo. That's Haley's favorite, Susan. I will send you some tips because it really is very easy to switch out and eat low carb. It's really simple because what we're primarily doing is grabbing a protein, a low carb veggie, and cooking it in healthy fats. So if you were using the asparagus like I am tonight, it's a low carb veggie. I'm cooking it with avocado oil or olive oil. Healthy fat, delicious low carb side dish. That's it. So easy. So picking a protein, picking a low carb vegetable, cooking it healthy fats. I mean, it's pretty simple. A lot of people just make it more complicated because they want to confuse you. They want you to buy all their packaged products that says keto on it. You don't have to have a keto mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is mayonnaise. Best Food and Hellman is the same out here in Best Food and Hellman's is the same out here in California. I'm not sure I understand that. Let's see. Hellmann's is mayonnaise. Oh, well, good. Miracle Whip is salad dressing. Okay, well, thank you guys. I hardly ever look at all the different brands. There's so many brands out there. So, yeah, if Hellmann's has a mayo, then go for it. Whatever mayonnaise you like the best is the one I recommend because some people just are really picky with their mayonnaise. So as long as it's a mayo, go for it. What I normally recommend when I'm looking at a product is I will read the ingredients, like if it's a ketchup or a barbecue sauce or a mayonnaise or anything that comes in a bottle. Like what I do is I look at the carb counts first. It says 0 carbs. Perfect. And then I look and see what the ingredients are. So I really try to stay away from vegetable oil, canola oil, any kind of those weird oils because they're just not great oils. You're really wanting avocado oil or olive oil, healthier oil. So I really try to stay away from any seed oils. And then if you can read the ingredients, it can't be that bad, right? Some bottles will have like 2 paragraphs of things you have no clue what it is. You can barely even read the words. And this one's pretty simple. So this one's got avocado oil, egg yolk, water, distilled white vinegar, coconut palm sugar. That's a fancy word for sugar. So there is sugar in here, even though it's 0 carbs. Lemon juice, salt, ground mustard, garlic powder, onion powder, and preservatives, EDTA. It contains eggs. So I can read it all. I'm pretty good with that. So that's one reason I like this one. It's called Better Body Foods Avocado Mayo. There's also one that's made by Walmart. It's a great value brand. There's like a lot of mayonnaises. So that's usually my best advice when you're looking at products. I can show you another product in my cabinet if you'd want me to, but when I read the back, I just read it to see what the ingredients are. And if it has a very few list and I can read them, it just makes me feel better about that product. Now that's me and my journey. I really try to eat healthier, picking out the best ingredients I can. Am I a Nazi? No. I'm not a clean whole food Nazi. I do use mayonnaise. I will use a low-carb tortilla every once in a while. I will use keto bread every once in a while. Not the standard, and I don't want to teach you that as a standard, because the best thing you can do for your health and your body is to eat as clean as possible. So again, a protein, low-carb vegetable, cooked in healthy fat. Yes, Linda, ghee is really good for a healthy fat. Sandra loves blue plate mayonnaise. She says Duke's is too salty for her. So see, we all have our favorites. What is your low carb crust recipe? Hey, how are you doing, Kathy? I am using 1 cup of mayonnaise, half a cup Parmesan cheese, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and a half teaspoon of salt and pepper. Mix it together and put that bad boy on top of your protein, and it is delicious. All right, guys, it looks like I've gotten through your questions. I hope you have a fantastic night. Let's look and see what this looks like right now. Oh, y'all, it's looking good. It's not done. It's not done, but let me show you what it looks like right now. And if I've ever helped you with good information or great recipes, make sure you share my videos. Like, we want to grow this page showing people how simple it is to have encouragement, be inspired, and really change your health. It's just one habit at a time, one habit at a time. Breaking those unhealthy habits really will create major success. I've been doing this 5 years. Simple habit changing, one thing at a time, is what I'm here to teach you guys. So let me just show you what it looks like right now. It's not done. I can look at it right now until it's not done. But look how, I'm sorry, I wasn't even showing you. Look how pretty that is. Now, it's going to continue to crust up because this is not done. I have to keep on going. I can look at it and tell. But if I let this sit here for 3 minutes and use that kitchen thermometer, I'm telling you right now, it's not ready. I can just look at it and tell. And this is going to may possibly get really brown, like it's almost burning. It's not. It's crusting. So we're going to keep on cooking this bad boy, and they are going to be delicious. One thing I love about pork steak specifically is that it's a little fattier, very juicy. The fat in it just makes the best flavor, and I love pork steaks. I also love pork chops. I love chicken. I love turkey. You can use this crust on any of the protein. One of my friends said try it on fish. I haven't yet, but I will be trying on fish. She said it's delicious. All right, guys. Evelyn, the recipe is actually in the post. There's a link in this post. As soon as I finish up this video, you'll be able to grab that post. That recipe and a lot more recipes are in there. So guys, have fun with it. And I hope you have a great night. If I can help you with anything, just let me know. Talk to you later. Bye.